The state of Georgia does not require gun owners to lock up their guns or store them safely. Monroe County Captain Eric Davis says a Monroe County man will not face charges after a 7-year-old accidentally shot his sister over the weekend.
The loaded gun was on top of a refrigerator in the garage. Camila Williams is in studio to tell us more about the shooting and who's responsible.
Yeah, good evening, Frank and Lori. These are the two guns that were next to each other on top of the family's refrigerator. Now, when I saw them in person, I couldn't tell which was the airsoft gun and which one was the loaded handgun. Now, if you're watching at home, can you tell which one is which? Well, this one right here, that is the fake gun. That's the airsoft one. And then this one right here is the real gun. And Davis told me air guns today, they could look like a real gun.
It can be difficult to tell which is which.
One's a real firearm. That's the one up here with a slide lock to the rear. This is the airsoft gun. The slide does not operate on the airsoft gun.
That's Monroe County Captain Eric Davis. He's explaining the difference between the loaded gun that accidentally wounded a 12-year-old girl this weekend and an air gun. Her 7-year-old brother grabbed the real one, not the toy gun. They were right next to each other.
It was actually stored in a pretty good place. There were a couple of mistakes, but it was stored on top of a refrigerator in the garage.
The boy found a way to climb on top of the fridge and grab the real firearm. He accidentally shot his sister in the shoulder.
Well, unfortunately, they make airsoft guns nowadays that look almost identical to the untrained eye.
Georgia law doesn't require gun owners to store them. According to Gifford Law Center, 4.6 million minors in the U.S. live in homes with at least one loaded and unsecured firearm. Davis says gun owners could still be held responsible under the law.
But that was not the case here.
If you have a gun in your home, SafeKids.org recommends storing an unloaded gun in a locked container and out of reach and sight of children. Davis says you can have an open discussion, too.
Just make sure you talk to them about gun safety. Treat every gun as if it were a loaded firearm. It's not a good idea to point it at somebody and pull the trigger.
Now, I did ask Davis how the girl is doing, and he told me that she will be okay. Davis also recommends showing your children the difference between an airsoft gun and a firearm. Back to you, Frank.
All right, thanks, Camila. In Georgia, it is a felony to intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly provide a handgun to a child under the age of 18.